Hey everyone, welcome to Reddit Readout. Today we are checking out True Off My Chest. Story 1. My baby daddy got anger issues and I want to break up. Story 2. I'm starting to mentally separate more and more from my older brother. My older brother is in rehab. About 1-2 years ago, I felt so badly about this, about all the trauma he'd experienced throughout his lifetime, that I cried often over it. I felt so guilty. I honestly ignored any harm he'd done to me in the past. I rarely see my brother nowadays. I am starting to find myself growing/feeling distant from him. I don't think about him, or his problems, very much at all anymore. We grew up together, a long time ago. I know we had a bond, but we're both adults now, and even though I still care about him, I am honestly just focused now on college and work and trying to figure out what I see myself doing over the next 10 years. I no longer feel responsible for him. I recognize that I cannot get the old version of him back. His high school days are over, so are mine. We are both adults, we are both so different than we used to be. Story 3. I am forgettable. I have no friends, no family that truly cares about me. I am not even on my husband's list of priorities. I mean nothing to everyone around me. Story 4. To the first guy I ever dated. I met you in 2021. Chill surfer type from New Jersey. Both in our early 20s, you were a gentleman. I would frequently think about why you would like someone like me because I hated every inch of myself then. This self-hatred ultimately got in the way of everything. I'm sorry about that. It's taken me this long to acknowledge that that was the reason why you wanted to be friends instead. But what I cannot figure out for the life of me is why you don't want to talk to me at all. I tried to be your friend, even went as far as warning you about a mutual friend who was essentially talking shit about you to me behind your back. Then you ultimately thought I made the shit up. That whole situation never sat right with me, and it makes me sad every time I think about it because I was trying to be your friend. But then I thought about the other layer of our relationship that I always tried to hide from myself. I never really loved you. I liked the idea of you, and the idea of being with you. I even wrote a poem about those feelings when we were together. The first time we went on a date you had kissed me, and I ended up with a rash around my lips. The cause was your facial hair. The times when you would always say how you were only attracted to how smart a woman is, and how you'd never consider physical looks. How you'd always say how jealous you were of me because I went to your dream college and you didn't. You never told me I was pretty. You would try to teach me how to skateboard and you would get mad at me if I didn't get it right on the first try. We never had anything to talk about, but still, to this day I look at your Instagram every so often, and I'm either greeted with "I'm so glad we're no longer together" or "I wish I was still at least a friend to you." Maybe my ego's been bruised by you, Lord knows it's hard for me to let things go. Maybe I've been angry all this time because you were never one to text or call back, and when I followed you on Instagram again last year you never followed me back. Perhaps you did this on purpose because you knew it would get to me. Perhaps I hurt you in some way and you never bothered to tell me. But I have a feeling I'll never know, and I'm writing this today in hopes of letting this all go. Story 5. Vacations are pointless for me. My boss jokingly got mad at me today for not taking any time off from work. He's worried I'll burn out. I really appreciate the thought, but I'd rather work right now. A few years ago I went through some trauma and developed panic attacks, which turned to agoraphobia. Most days I can't even leave my house to get the mail. How am I going to go on a trip somewhere? I'll just hide in the hotel if I manage to make it anywhere. Taking time off to sit at home and play video games or something just sounds depressing. My house feels like a prison enough as it is. My boring ass 9 to 5 is my only semblance of normalcy. I'm not trapped at home, I'm working from home, right? I wish I could. More than anything I wish I could travel. Right now if I took time off I'd just sit at home feeling sorry for myself. I miss going on road trips. Story 6. I'm socializing again for the first time in a few years. Doubt this will be seen, but it's something I wanted to say because it makes me feel a little better as I struggle mentally with adjusting to this new job. I recently started a new job. The work hours themselves are fine, but traveling to and from basically makes weekday interaction impossible. Including travel, my day is 7:30 am 7/7:30 p.m. At that point I'm too tired to go back out, and I only really have time to eat and sleep anymore. Because of this I don't really get to socialize. Yet I have conversations at work, but they're mainly about work, or sex. It's a warehouse full of men, it's something you'd expect. Well, Monday night one of the guys I work with asked for my help with choosing a suit for his friend's wedding. We went suit shopping, had dinner, and then wandered in IKEA, having some deep moral discussions till it closed because neither of us wanted to go home. On the drive home we had more nice conversations and listened to good music. All in all a good bonding experience. It felt nice to spend time with someone again. The only other person I see anymore is my boyfriend, and I cherish every moment with him because work limits our time together. I miss him often as I only really see him once a week anymore. The person I spent Monday with isn't someone I'm very close to. We were just two colleagues helping each other out. But it felt nice. I got to have a close interaction and make friends again. I finally got to have human interaction. It didn't involve hugs and sentimental kisses, just two almost strangers hanging out and getting to know each other. It felt good, it's something I haven't done in a long time. Making friends is always a struggle, and the odd few I do have are moving away or our schedules are entirely conflicting. That evening out made me feel a little more human and a little more wanted, at least at work, seeing as I've made a definite friend there. I know this is long and dumb, but hey, now I've told someone, smiley face. Story 7. I hate pap smears. I tried to do one today and I had to refuse. I tried twice and each time the speculum got close I got nervous and started shaking. My doctors was like I have other patients. I feel like a big child but I hate them. I don't like the fact that someone is sticking an instrument inside me and I can't control how and where and the depth. How do I overcome this? Edit. Thanks everyone for the support. Story 8. I hate that he looks at my mom's feet. My mom is 47 and is a kindergarten teacher. Last week I went to her workplace with her. She was wearing a red turtleneck sweater, dark wash blue skinny jeans, a black leather jacket, a white scarf around her neck and pink flip-flops, Havaianas. She also had red nail polish on her toes and an anklet. Everyone should remove their shoes inside the school so she was totally barefoot inside. The floor is covered in carpet actually. There is also a male teacher younger than her and he proposed my mom to put her flip-flops with other teachers' shoes but didn't ask it to me when I took off my sneakers. After, I noticed how he was always staring at my mom's feet all the time, especially when she was sitting on her knees and he was always looking at her soles. He was also slightly touching her feet making it seem like he was touching them accidentally. In the afternoon, my mom, and some other teachers, that teacher included, were having coffee around a table. My mom has to raise her legs because of a medical ailment so she placed her bare feet on that table. I could see the male teacher was very excited when he saw that. He was just sitting in front of her seeing her soles. He couldn't stop staring at them. I also noticed that my mom was the only barefoot person in the school, everyone else was wearing socks. So I am quite convinced that this guy finds my mom's feet attractive. I really hate that a creep is looking at her feet all the time. The fact that she is barefoot, takes care of her feet and elevates her feet doesn't mean that she wants creeps to look at her feet. Story 9. I don't plan on living to see the next year. I haven't decided how I'm going to do it yet, preferably something quick and less painful, but I know I'm going to do it around December 16th. I've planned on writing a letter for each of my family members, my friends, and my partner and even what things of mine I should leave to whom. I wish I'd just die before the actual date by some accident or something so that it won't be my fault but hey, it's not like I'll face the consequences for dying by myself either. Honestly, I'm just sick of this toxic cycle of my brain where I'm utterly depressed for weeks, where I can't even brush my teeth and then feeling fine for a few days before it starts all over again. I'd rather die now and leave behind a loving image of myself with my loved ones who think I'm doing fine and have no idea how much I hate life and living. I've been thinking about this for years and I'm glad to finally end it all. I've tried getting help, speaking to your loved ones, visiting a therapist, going to a psychiatrist, but I don't think anything is going to help anymore. If they couldn't help me till now, then what help can they get me that'll change my mind in a month? I just hope that I don't survive it when I do go through with my decision. Story 10. Emotionally unavailability. I feel like my entire life everyone's been emotionally unavailable and I'm alone. Between my mom having PTSD, to my sister being in the hospital cause she was always sick, and my addict brother who stole and always fought my mom, I had no one. My teachers hated me, I had no friends, I have ASD, I didn't make full friends till my 20s. My abusive grandma was my escape. I didn't have anyone to talk about my emotions to cause no one was available. I'm 27 and no one is available still. I still have no one cause I feel bad. I feel bad talking about my emotions growing up in abuse. I feel bad for being me. I talk to a therapist but I still bad drown. I still feel like I'm drowning cause no one is available to talk to. Even though I still live at home with my mom, I still feel bad talking about how I feel. How do I stop feeling bad? Especially when no one is emotionally available. How do I have anyone to talk to besides a therapist? Should I just end it all? Do I have anyone to talk to at all? I don't work, I'm on disability. I'm trying to get back into school for February and distance myself from family. Story 11. I am pregnant but I don't want my boyfriend in my life anymore. I am losing it. Me and my boyfriend have been together for a little over a year now and I got pregnant. It was unplanned, but when I told my boyfriend he was happy about it and told me he would be there for me. It was a lie. I'm now 13 weeks, almost 14, and he's seeing other women, sleeping around, and has thrown things at me. I know I need to get away from him and try to move on, but I'm pregnant and I feel so guilty leaving him and depriving my baby of his/her father. I don't know what to do. I don't want to be tied to this man anymore. I don't want to live with him anymore. He threw a screwdriver at me and cut open my face. I can't fight him off without risking me or my baby's life. I'm trying to move in with a friend to get away from him, but that's not going to help my baby. I don't know what to do and I feel like I'm falling to pieces. I don't want this man in my life anymore. I don't want anything to do with him. I hate him. That's all for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.